Alright, hi, welcome. Welcome to Gamers Can Be Social 2 Indie Multiplayer Games to Foster Friendship. We are Game Raven Review. We are your go-to media source for overlooked and underrepresented indie games since 2020. This is our third year here at MAGWest. We are super excited to be back. Our team includes over 20 reviewers, writers, streamers, editors, and indie enthusiasts who help us find these awesome games. And our mission is to introduce you to hidden gems that are outside of the mainstream indie genre. So you see there's a lovely QR code there. It'll be up there for the entirety of the panel. If you're interested in what we do, if you want to check it out, feel free to scan it. It'll bring you to our site, our podcasts, our socials, all that kind of stuff. And who am I yapping at you? I am the Game Raven Review's Executive Director, Sarah, or Sawa, depending on the person. It was the other Sam called me Sawa one time.
Yeah, that's right.
And then it just stuck. So that's me, and I'm joined by...
Yeah, I'm Sam. If you look at the schedule, there's a Jenny Hip. She is my sister, she is not here. So I'm Sam Hip. So I'm I do kind of media stuff for Game Raven. So I've written reviews, I've done photography. So I'm not doing photography, well, I'm doing a little bit this weekend, but if you go to MAGFest, or you go to if you come to Seattle where I'm based, you come to PAX, you'll see me running around with my DSLR, taking photos for us. And I like to call myself a musician, and actually, to kind of toot my own horn, MAGWest has a charity album that's being released through Game Grooves. Does anybody here like Game Grooves or know what Game Grooves is? Yeah? No? Okay, so Game Grooves is a collective of kind of video game remixers and video game music artists. And yeah, we have an album coming out. It's a charity album for MAGWest. And on Sunday at 10, I believe it's panels 1 here, or it might be panels 2. There's a kind of a release listening party for that. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, all right. So, we know that for gamers and nerds, it is hard to make friends. It is hard to keep friends. And something that kind of unites us is video games. And we're going to look at some different multiplayers and some different indie multiplayers for those of you who are tired of only playing Minecraft and Fortnite as your ways to talk to other people in games. I don't play either of those, so these are some awesome options that we have. I'm gonna fly on it. The first one is a game that I love. Let's watch our trailer. So that is Extremely Powerful Capybaras. It is developed by Studio Bravada, and they are a Brazilian team. So they actually chose capybaras because they are so common in Brazil. It kind of worked out that they released it, and now capybaras are all the rage. So that was just kind of a happy accident for them, and I love it because it gave their game some more attention. It is a bullet frenzy game. So you are just going around in circles. You are either shooting guns or throwing rocks or shooting off magic spells as your little capybaras. It is a roguelite. You can play with up to 4 players. You can play co-op or couch co-op. Of course, it's co-op. It's multiplayer. You can play couch co-op, or you can play online multiplayer. So that's pretty cool. And they have little maps that they go in. You do cards to, like, you get cards that are shuffled to pick to get your new abilities, and it's a really cute game. It's really cute, really fun, really great team that developed it. There is a free demo available on Steam, so if you're like not totally sure, there is a free demo, and I believe it's also just $5 on Steam right now. I believe it's on sale. So if that looked enticing to you, might be something worth checking out.
Next we have Satisfactory. Yeah. So yeah, that's Satisfactory. And yeah, so if you are an engineering-minded nerd like I am, you might enjoy it. It's kind of like, I know you just mentioned Minecraft. It's kind of like Minecraft for engineering nerds. So it is fun to play single player, but actually low key, like it's kind of my sleeper for like really fun multiplayer game because it's PvP. And you can try to build stuff, or you can try to cause chaos together. And so yeah, it's developed by Coffee Stain. Also, the soundtrack, you know, because we're at MAGWest, the soundtrack also is really good. I have it on vinyl at home. And so yeah, and it came out, they did their 1.0 release in late last year. They just came out with a 1.1 update. They're continuing to update it, and so yeah, it's kind of my, if you are kind of an engineering-minded person, I really recommend this one.
Yeah. I know, is the song that they had in the trailer, is that in the game? Or is it like similar vibes?
It's very similar, it's very synthy.
Okay.
Like I literally put it on while I work my day job and just like zone out. It's like, and the vinyl album is really cool because it kind of flows into itself. Like, yeah,
I love that. I know it's recommended to buy on Steam. Like when I was looking it up, it was like recommended to buy the album, so it must be really good. Alright, next up we have Pummel Party. Hello. It's basically Mario Party on crack. Yeah, you're not like just like bopping each other on the head like, oh no, you stole 5 coins. You're like killing each other. So it's a really cool, like, kind of weird, gruesome, dark version of Mario Party, but like really fun. You get to kind of have a laugh over what everybody's doing, and like your little guys, they're just like such funky little characters. You can play with up to 8 players online, 4 players locally. It is developed by Rebuilt Games, and it is on consoles, so PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. It's been around since 2018, so if you haven't heard about it, I don't know what to tell you. But you're hearing about it. It's a great one.
Yeah, so next we have a few quick matches. So that's a few quick matches. And do we have any like Super Smash Brothers fans in here? Yeah. So this is one that won't get your tournament banned. As you can see, it's very new. So I've only had a chance to, it released literally this last week. But with that said, it is a really fun, like, it's very much got that feel. And there isn't really like much of. There are differences in characters, but they're very subtle. It's not like different specialties for every character or anything like that. But with that said, the differences come up in interesting ways. And I'll just leave it at that. I won't spoil anything. But yeah, so, and also it's an online option, so, or it's like play together, but also play online. So, if your friend has a PC but doesn't have a Switch, you can still play a Smash type game together. So, yeah, that's it.
Oh, it's available on Switch too?
No, it's not, sorry.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
like, it's on Steam, yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh, I missed that.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. And yeah, it's new. You found so many new games, and I like found all these cool games.
I like novelty.
I know. I was like looking at it, and I was like, dang it, you found ones I didn't know. But this is one that's not out yet. It's called Colonel Hearts.
Your boot sequence. It worked. Welcome to Babel.
Will you be able to stop the ashes and save mankind?
We are the Scavengers Guild. We find what the world has forgotten.
Advance will fix us from the ashes.
You are here now, and you'll save us. A gift? Forgotten.
Not this. This is betrayal of the highest order.
I told you not to come to Julia.
Welcome to our board. Let us straighten your weapons.
Each time you die, your backup kicks in, and a new model is awoken.
I can see you have new powers. I guess the creator knows his tools.
In this world of ashes, will you still remember me?
Alright. that's Colonel Hearts. I am so excited for this one. It gives me like somewhat like Final Fantasy type feels. And it's something that I'm like, I didn't think that a game like this could be multiplayer. But you can play as up to 4 magical girls. You are trying to slay God and eliminate angels, and you are just, it looks beautiful. It's a co-op roguelike action RPG, and you are attempting to save a world that's drowning in ashes. So yeah, there's fast-paced combo systems, as you guys saw. The team is doing a beautiful job of promoting it on their Discord. There's free demos, the early access, like they said on the end of that video. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Ephemera is doing a wonderful job. The music is groovy. The characters look awesome. It looks like a very pretty game. I'm surprised to see this from such a small studio. So I'm definitely looking forward to the full version to come out. But yeah, if you're interested, make sure you join their alpha.
Next up we have Grapplers, Relic Rivals. So that's Grapplers, and we actually had the opportunity to play this.
We did.
At, what was it, PAX?
At Seattle Indies Expo.
Oh, Seattle, yeah, that's what it was,
Yeah.
last year, yes.
So if you are in the Seattle area, even like close enough to it, I definitely recommend if you've wanted to go to MAGWest, but you don't want to pay for a ticket, Seattle Indies Expo happens the same weekend, like right down the street, and it's free. And they have lots of games that you can play. So I highly, highly recommend that. They have some awesome gems like this game.
Yeah, so we had the chance to play it and had a ton. We were there for way longer than we should have.
Yeah, we didn't get to like see like any other games after that. We were just stuck.
Yeah.
I remember winning, which like I never win at anything, so I was very happy. I'm always like second place, but I was just like, yes.
And there's a surprising amount of depth to it. It didn't quite show it, but I think the objective was to get 100 coins, if I remember right.
Yeah.
There are many ways to get coins, and it's not always obvious who has the most, but you can kind of tell. And so it's kind of strategy while you're causing chaos. It's quite a fun.
I think that's how I ended up winning, was I stayed away from the chaos. Everybody else was killing each other, and I was like, let me go get my coins while I jump around and find this. So it's kind of like for every sort of player. And we traded out some people at some point, and it was like cool to see different people's strategies for when they had it. The characters are really fun. I have a sticker of one of the guys on my suitcase. So yeah.
Yep.
Next up we have Pick Me, Pick Me.
It's a lovely night. You found your chosen one. but 6 like your friend wants you to. You don't have to play nice, because this is what true friendship looks like. Making sure your friend has a worst case average. Think you've got what it takes. Pick me, where love is a battlefield.
So that's Pick Me. It is currently in early access, but it is a fun little, you're actually using cards, it's like a card game. And you are versing you can verse AI, you can verse your friends. You will compete for a love interest. And if there aren't any love interests that you like, you can create your own. So there is somebody for everybody. And I love that. You are trying to speed date, you are sabotaging or trying to woo them, depending on how you're playing your cards. And I also love, I know AI is like kind of a dirty word sometimes in the gaming community. They're not using it for like making their music or their characters. It's just in the language that they're using, their language model. So it like lets them respond to you in a certain way. So it's not a dirty AI, it's good AI, I promise. It's large language model, if that means anything to anybody. I have that written down. That doesn't mean anything to me, but I'm sure it means something to somebody, right? But early access, really cool. I've been trying to get Emily to play it.
Oh, yeah, my other sister.
Yeah, his other sister. I've been trying to get them to play it. I'm like, somebody play this with me, but again, it has a PvE mode where you can play versus computer, so I might just have to suck it up and do that myself. Sometimes we're gonna do that.
So you're telling me I can create a date and ask it how many R's are in strawberry? And it will know?
Maybe it'll do your math homework incorrectly. I don't know.
So next we have smoke and potions. So that's smoke and potions. And do we have any Splatoon fans in here? Anybody likes? Yes. Okay. If you like that, so I don't know how similar they might look right off the bat. This is another new game that I haven't had too much time to play around with yet. But if you can control territory and can kind of mark your areas like in Splatoon, you'll do really well in this game. But it's really fun, lots of chaos. And yeah, it's brand new, out on Steam. I think I saw a Steam deal for it, which is like...
Yeah, I think they had a deal running that, like, for their opening week they had a sale or something like
which
that.
is still kind of, I guess August 5th, what day is it today? Yeah, you can still get it.
Yeah.
for pretty affordable. So yeah, if you like that kind of, I don't know, you can work together also. There's a little bit of that element. Yeah, if you like that, then I kind of recommend it.
I didn't think about like the Splatoon connection, but like that makes total sense.
I didn't think about it until I started playing it, and then I'm like, oh, this feels like a little bit, yeah.
Next up, we have that one otter game. sound really wholesome, and then like on their Steam they describe it as eat stuff everywhere. That's like a word specifically from the devs. So there's a lot more silliness than that video leads on, but that's that one, Otter Game. It is actually created by 2 students that are currently in school to become game designers. So that is super impressive. I heard about them on Twitter and I was like, oh my gosh, this game is beautiful. What are you doing in college? Just go make a game already. But yeah, it's free to play, up to 2 players. So it has split screen co-op as well. So if you're looking for something and you're just like, I need a game to play, it's free. You might as well try it out and make your cute little otters and pictures of little otters. I love otters. Who else loves otters? Yeah, otters! Let's go!
And keeping with the kind of cute theme, we have 100 cats lost in Poland.
This video might not be a good video, just so you're aware. Like, it's appropriate, it just might not be a good one. I couldn't find a good video. I never found this out.
Yeah, so that's 100 cast lots. So maybe not obvious from that.
That was the only video I could find on them. Oh my gosh.
So this is also like, yeah, kind of small, like, I think it is only 1 or 2 people working on this. And this is also another new one, brand new one. But it's much more of, it's not really competitive. It's like kind of an exploratory, like you just do coloring. You just color, and there's 100 different, so the reason why it's called 100 cats is because there's 100 different like coloring pages you can do. And then, but you progress through a story, and I don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, it's a very relaxing, like, chill out, we don't need to fight, we don't need to cause chaos. This is just how we, relax.
I like how we started with chaos and then we ended up in the more chill ones. I feel like normally like it goes the other way around. But there's also other 100 Cats games, so if Poland's not your speed, I think they have a Halloween version, which is really cute for the upcoming spooky season. But yeah, and you can play this one solo as well, so you don't need to have somebody. You can hunt for cats by yourself. And I know this is here for friendships, but you know, whatever. Great. Here's some of our honorable mentions. Alaka Blam is a really cool game that I got to play at MAGFest last year. It is a game where you are running around and instead of shooting people with guns, you're using finger guns. So you're just like pew, pew, pew. Boomerang Foo is another really fun one. You are fighting with boomerangs and they come back around and you're just knocking each other off a board. I don't know what Barotrauma is. Is that one you?
No.
Okay, well somebody told me to put that one on.
Somebody
the list.
recommends it, so.
Fae Farm is also another one that I didn't put on there, but it was recommended.
Oh, I think Jenny might have.
That might have been Jenny. Yeah.
So Fae Farm is interesting. It's kind of in the like Stardew Valley vein a little bit, and they were at MAGWest a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And Jenny absolutely loved that game,
Oh.
so she probably put it on there.
She probably did.
But
Yeah, Blade Blitz is another one. We've covered that game before on our site, so you can learn more about it there. Pizza Possum, which I'm not going to talk any more about because it may be on our panel that's tomorrow night at 9:30. Where we're going to talk about some ridiculous indies. Super Animal Royale, if you like battle royale games, it's like Fortnite but cute. Your little animals that are running around and like fighting each other, and it is like the only kind of game like that I've ever liked, and I kind of get addicted to it. You get to dress up your characters, and it's really cute. Poltergeist Possession Party is one that's coming out soon that we were alerted by their devs to keep a heads up for it. Same with Rocket Boots Mania, and I don't know why Pummel Party's on there as a recommendation.
well, it's a good game.
It's a good game. I guess I just wanted to put it there twice. Alright, and these are the games that we talked about today. So Colonel Hearts, Pick Me, Extremely Powerful Capybaras, That One Otter Game, Pummel Party, Satisfactory, Few Quick Matches, Grapplers Relic Rivals, 100 Cats Lost in Poland, and Smoking Potions. So if you weren't here for the whole thing, or if you were here for the whole thing and want to keep a little memory of it, you may take a picture now. It would be a really good time for that.
Or you can visit the Game Raven Review website.
Yeah, we'll have some info up on that as well. And then go to the next one. But what we're going to do, we have a little extra time, so that's it for our multiplayer games, but we have some questions. So I would love to ask you guys questions, and if anybody has really strong opinions on it, I would also love to hear them. So our question is, which of these games would you consider as indie? So if you're not familiar with indie games, they're your small games, they're a little bit like the games that we showed today. They're more unknown, it's not your...
Independent.
I was gonna say an example, but I think it's on our list. So, but it's not your big games, it's not your Mario, it's not, you know, FIFA, little games. Stardew Valley. Raise your hand if you think it's considered an indie game. Okay. Does anybody have a why that they'd like to share? Yeah, what do you think?
Wasn't it like a one-man dev?
It is, it's a one-man dev. It is my concerned AP made it like with his laptop on top of a milk crate. So that sounds pretty indie to me, even though it's gotten big. It was made by one person.
Also Seattle resident, or Seattle native, I think.
Seattle native.
Yeah.
Yes, he's by us. I keep forgetting we're not in Seattle right now. It's a lot hotter here than it is in Seattle, though. Oh my gosh. It was funny, I gave the registration. I used to live on the East Coast, so I've been so used to like having the like New Jersey license. And then today I handed it over, she goes, oh, Washington. And I was like, why is that surprising? I'm on the West Coast. And I was like, oh, I'm in California now. I'm not in Washington anymore. Minecraft. Raise your hand if you think Minecraft's an indie. Oh! Anybody want to elaborate on that was?
Notch did basically the same thing, right? One person.
He sold it to Microsoft.
But that.
Yeah. So is it an indie or is it a sellout?
It's owned by a big company now, which is no longer indie.
No longer indie. Or
I don't think it's considered indie anymore.
no.
So are Minecraft specific versions indie then? Like, okay.
Those versions are very good.
I mean, it's an indie game, so.
It kind of sucks. I'm going to be completely honest.
Well, back in my day, that's all we know.
That's all we
It's
had.
fact.
Among Us. Who thinks that's an indie game?
I definitely indie.
Yeah? Anybody want to elaborate?
It was a pretty small team, and it was just, but it was like very subtle. It wasn't like a big development time around it. It was kind of, this is here now, it's popular, but it's not indie. It can still be like a small game, even if it's really big, like full length.
I love you guys. I love this crowd. You guys understand what indie means. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's not indie. I had somebody, it was here at MAGWest, at this very hotel. There was a board that we had up that we had like, what's your favorite indie game? And I like proudly wrote Stardew Valley. And somebody wrote underneath it, that's not an indie game. And I'm like, you don't understand, this is an indie game. You're like, it used to be. I'm like, what do you mean it used to be? It's made by one person. Ugh. Not Fall Guys. Maybe I think this one's an indie.
I can't even remember a time when it was.
I actually don't remember this one.
I only
It
played the
was
Final Fantasy
originally
collaboration.
an indie studio.
Oh,
but
Final Fantasy 14 collab though.
originally an indie studio that bought up by Epic Games. So.
Yeah. remember right, Epic Games, like, basically bankrolled the initial development, or was it later on? I can't quite remember.
I don't remember. Yeah, this one's.
This had some big money behind it at one point.
Yeah, I don't think this one was an indie game. I'm trying to. Because Emily made this one. Let me look. There is a definition for indie.
My sister likes to be pedantic. And there's another one on this list that I'll mention for her. We'll see if it comes up.
Yeah, you'll get to talk about that one. I'll let you.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you take the reins on that one. Okay, yeah, no, I don't think it's indie. Has anybody heard of this one? It's by Game Grumps. Do we think that they're indie? Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Has anybody heard of Game Grumps?
I would.
I'll say Jenny would be so sad.
Oh yeah.
Jenny,
Jenny's
who was supposed to be here, she's obsessed with Game Grumps, so she would be like, "You guys don't know Game Grumps," which I think it is. They're a small enough team. Rocket League.
Used to be.
Ooh, it used to be.
Yeah, they got bought by Epic too.
All these sellouts.
It's almost like there's an economic model or something.
Man, I sure hope nobody wants to buy out Game Raven Review. That would be terrible. Okay.
No. Second party.
So we have it in its current state, but how about Gen 1?
No.
No. Okay. The argument is that at the time, Creatures Inc. and Game Freak were not part of Nintendo and had only published, I think, 2 or 3 titles before that.
Pulseman. They did develop for Nintendo before. Mario and Wario, I do know.
Yeah.
So. No.
No, okay.
This is one of those tricky ones. I believe, is that the last one? So the definition of an indie game is a team smaller than 100 people. And I believe there was 70-something at Game Freak at the time. So if we go by that definition, it's indie. But I don't know. I feel like there's
At the time, we're under 100.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like there's a big difference between like Stardew Valley, which was made by one dude like in his living room, and a team of 75.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
a
a
90s.
yeah, it's a big expanding world. Did you know Wizard 101? Technically an indie. Good old Wizard 101. Technically an indie. Very nice folks, but they're technically considered an indie because they are under 100 people. Which, that's kind of crazy to me for a game that was so huge at the time, but...
So what happens if, like, I get 101 of my friends together?
You're not an indie anymore, sorry.
Dang.
Yeah, if you have more than 100 friends, you are no longer indie. That's the rule. If you have more than 100 people in a room, sorry, you're no longer unique. You're just AAA now. Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, there's big companies. If you're bought out by them, that also is a factor. You can have, I suppose, a small team working on something, but then it's overseen. I don't know if that's the word. By a bigger group. It's a crazy world out there, but that's why we do what we do. We love finding little indie games. We love finding the weirdness. We love bringing games to you guys and coming to conventions and sharing about things that we love and talking and yapping. So if you want to check out some more indies, we're going to have our coverage put up on our site, so we will have all of our multiplayer indies listed there and linked as well. So if you are interested in that, you can go ahead onto our site. You can follow us on socials. You can follow me and Sam on socials if you want. I mostly post on, I was gonna say I mostly post on Game Raven Review. I do post on mine, but I'm just like, what do I post about? Anybody play Love and Deep Space? Anybody know Love and Deep Space? That's all I post about these days. And a little bit of Final Fantasy. So if you're interested in that realm, sure, go follow me. This guy does stuff.
I don't know. Well, okay. I'm on Blue Sky, so I'm sending out skeets or whatever they're called. And yeah, like I mentioned, I make music. I'm also I'm a tech, I'm a software guy, so you'll see me posting memes about coding and things like that. But yeah, so follow me on Blue Sky.
But all right, we are done a little early, but that's all we have for you guys today. I'm so glad you all got to join us, and have a lovely rest of your convention. Go party.